there, I'm Ryan to the rescue, and today I'm going to show you 4 of my favorite cold coffee recipes. Now, I know it's already September, but it's still really hot here in Texas, and we came off of a really hot summer. Sometimes it gets up to 108 degrees, and these cool, refreshing coffees are so nice to have in those summer days. But if your hot summer days are already over for this summer, save these recipes for next summer. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a caramel frappuccino, a whipped coffee, a Thai iced coffee, and an affogato. And there will be timestamps below so you can go directly to the recipe that you're looking for. And the first one we're going to start out making today is the Starbucks Copycat Caramel Frappuccino. Let's get started. So who loves the Starbucks Frappuccino? I do. I'm going to show you how to make them at home. You'll need ice, whipped cream, some pretty little glasses, some sort of blender, I'll be using a NutriBullet, some milk, whichever kind you prefer, and cinnamon, instant coffee, some caramel that you can drizzle, brown sugar, and Starbucks creamer. Not sponsored by Starbucks. Yeah. First of all, we start with 2 cups of ice. Whoops. And then 1 cup of milk. There we go. And then we're going to need 4 tablespoons of creamer. You can use any kind of yummy creamer that you have in your fridge, but I like the Starbucks kind. So 4 tablespoons, and this little measuring cup is exactly 4 tablespoons. So that is super handy. And then 2 tablespoons of caramel. And then just for fun, I wanted to show you this. You can also make it a butterscotch frappuccino if you prefer. That's a fun little variation, but I'm going to use caramel. Let's do 2 tablespoons of this. You'll actually need more than 2 tablespoons because we're going to swirl the glasses with this too. Now, 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. You can use caffeinated or decaf, whichever you prefer. And 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And then we're just going to add a sprinkle of cinnamon. All right, now we blenderize it. All right, that'll do the trick. Now for the caramel swirl. If you don't have these little sundae glasses, then mason jars work great as well. This recipe is enough to make one for you and a friend. Now, of course, we want to top with a little whipped cream. And a little extra caramel for good measure. All right, then you put in a pretty straw and serve to your friend and enjoy. Fantastic. Now, when you make it, you can modify the recipe however you like. You can make it more or less creamy, more or less sweet, or more or less coffee flavored. All right, next up, we're gonna kick it back to TikTok 2020 and make a whipped coffee. But first, I'm gonna take a little coffee break. Now for the whipped coffee, also called Dalgona Coffee, and I believe that comes from Korea. What you need is equal parts of instant coffee, sugar, and water. And I'm gonna make this for a friend and me, so I wanna make enough for 2. So I am going to use 3 tablespoons of each. I like to whip up mine in just a small mason jar and then the whisk attachment on my beater, because then I can just mix it up in a small space and it fluffs up so pretty. So continue to mix that until it's a very light brown, about the color of peanut butter. And you want it to have very tall peaks like that. That looks just right. So now I like to fill up my glasses almost to the top with ice. And then I like my Dalgona coffee a little bit sweeter. So I add about a teaspoon of additional sugar right on top of the ice. And then I pour on my milk. And you can use dairy milk or almond milk or whatever you prefer. And then we top it with this beautiful mixture that we just whipped up. Oh my goodness. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so for this recipe, you'll need a firm straw, not a paper one. You'll need a firm straw so that you can stir it up. Isn't that beautiful as it stirs up? I love to see that ombre color emerge. And then for a little extra fun and flavor, I like to add a little sprinkle of cocoa powder. So we'll add a little bit of that on top. Voila, ready to serve. I hope you enjoy your Dalgona coffee as much as I do on a hot, hot day. It's so refreshing. Cheers to you. So this third recipe is for Thai iced coffee. And I went to Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I tried Thai iced coffee there, and it changed my life. It is amazing. So I'm gonna make it for you today. So what you're gonna need is coffee that you've already brewed in advance. And when you brew it, put cardamom in the grounds, about a teaspoon in the grounds. And that way it gives you an extra layer of spice. So then put it in the refrigerator. Then you'll also need sweetened condensed milk and half, and a mason jar with ice in it. I use a 24-ounce mason jar, and I strongly recommend that you use a mason jar for this recipe because it makes it really easy to shake it up. But if you prefer, you can use a glass. Okay, so now let's get this Thai iced coffee going. First, get a 24-ounce mason jar and fill it almost to the top with ice. Then you'll want to put 3 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk in there, right on top of the ice. Of course, just as with any recipe, you can make it sweeter or less sweet according to your taste. Then fill the jar with 1.5 cups of coffee. It's already mixing together. Isn't that beautiful? Then you're going to put 1/8 of a cup of half and half on top. Now that you have all of the ingredients in the jar, you put the lid on and give it a good shake. The ice in there helps shake up the sweetened condensed milk that gets stuck on the bottom. Once it's all shaken up, you put in a straw and enjoy. Amazing. I feel like I'm back in Thailand. All right, next up, Affogato. All right, for this last recipe, it is really simple. All we need is vanilla ice cream, and I'll be using Bluebell because I'm a Texan, and it's so good. And we also need espresso, and if you don't have an espresso machine, then just brew some really strong coffee. And then also, I'm going to top it with some dark chocolate shavings. That's optional, and you can top it with a lot of different things, but that's what I have chosen to do today. So the first thing we're going to do is get a scoop or 2 of vanilla ice cream. And if you have a pretty bowl, put it in there, because pretty things are better, right? And then you pour the hot espresso right over the coffee. And I have 2 ounces in here, so you can do about 2 ounces or as much fits in your bowl. And then let's top it with some chocolate shavings. That dark chocolate has a bit of sea salt in it too, so this is going to be a really great combination of flavors. Let's give it a taste. I wish you were here with me so that you could taste all of these things. You'll have to take my word for it. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. Okay, that's a wrap. We've covered a lot of different coffees today, and I hope you enjoy them next time you have a hot day and you need a refreshing drink. And be sure to look in the description below because it'll have all of the recipes for you. And remember, you can modify them to your liking. Oh my goodness, I've had so much caffeine today. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe for more Ryan to the Rescue videos that we post every week. And as always, remember, we can do it.